Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Knitting in the Northwest, formerly Trilogy Yarns. I did change the name. I like the name. I think I'm going to stick with the name. Um, Hi, hello, how is everybody? Good to see you all. The Well, I can't really see you. I'm assuming you're on the other side of this. Oh, there goes a cat. Every now and then we have to get cat cameos in here. And anyway, welcome back. I am recording this on Friday, March 28th. It's almost the end of March. Um, we're in a terrible downpour. It's dark. My house is dark. It's dark outside. I haven't heard any lightning. I don't know if we're supposed to have thunderstorms. March here came in like a lion and it's leaving like a lion. Let's hope April, well, you know what they say, April showers bring May flowers. Anyway, welcome. I'm Nancy. I will have down below all the places you can find me. Email, Ravelry. I'm keeping up with my Ravelry. And Instagram. I have changed the name to Knitting in the Northwest on Instagram. Sometimes it still comes up Trilogyyarns. Technology. It's got me baffled. Anyway, hi, welcome. Glad to see everybody. I'm going to have a sip of coffee because it's dark and cold and my body thinks it's morning. So, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm sling free. Wednesday, 2 days ago, was my 6-week checkup, and I am allowed to go without my sling in the house. To put it on when my shoulder gets tired, and it's amazing how it does get tired, even if I'm just sitting and knitting, which is pretty much all I've done for the last 6 weeks because I can't drive. It gets sore, but I am out of the sling. I've got mobility. We're still in physical therapy. I probably will be in physical therapy for 3 months. I know when I had this shoulder replaced, I was in for 3 months. I got permission to start lifting up to a pound. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, and it really isn't a lot. The max I'll ever be able to lift is about 25 pounds. When you get shoulder replacements, the rotator cuffs are applied back to the bone after they peel them off, but they're never quite as strong as before. So if you need me to come move a piano or a bed, sorry, I'm not going to do it. Oh, sorry, I've got fuzz on my eye too, as every knitter does. I'm just going to shift here. So yeah, sling free. I did get permission to drive if I feel like I have control of the car, if I can keep my hands at 10 and 2. My hands are never at 10 and 2 because I'm not a very tall person, and it's just really awkward for me to be at 10 and 2. I'm more of a, what is this, 4 and 8. But if I feel like I have control of the car and feel pretty comfortable, I have gotten permission to drive, which is amazing. I did do a little bit of driving the other day. I haven't driven since. We are a one-car family. My granddaughter who lives with me was in a terrible accident a week ago and was on the freeway. Traffic stopped. She slowed down. The person behind her, for whatever reason, was distracted, hit her. We're thinking probably 40, 50 miles an hour because he had started to apply the brakes, but hit her. totaled her car, which, you know, you have these young kids and they work for a minimum wage. And it was the first car she really liked. She's had a couple beaters before, but she had a really nice Jeep. So she's heartsick. She was injured a little bit, not severely, a broken rib or two. Looks like that when they hit her, she hit the side of the car also. So they think she partially dislocated her shoulder, but it was not far enough that it didn't pop back in by herself. So fortunately, neither one of them, the person that hit her, wasn't injured either. Both cars are totaled. So yeah, we get the pleasure of looking for a new car. But currently, I'm just letting her use mine because I'm not driving that much yet. There'll be a few days that I will take her to work and pick her up, which is not going to be fun because she leaves at 7:30 in the morning and doesn't get off till like 7 o'clock at night. She does work 10-hour shifts, but we'll make it work. Anyway, you guys aren't here to hear about our troubles. You're here for knitting. So let's get into it. What am I wearing? I am wearing the Alden by Jennifer Steingass. I'll scoot back a little bit. Really fun pattern. It's got the detail on the sleeves. Doesn't have it on the bottom. I love this sweater. This I made out of Trilogyyarns, their yak sock, which is a merino, yak, and nylon blend. Just, it's such, if you've ever worked with yak or have ever worn anything with yak, yak is such an amazing fiber. It's got great drape to it. The undyed yak is kind of like a gray taupey color. So the way that it takes the dyes, it just gives it beautiful depth. The colors I use, the purple is just deep purple, and then the green is spearmint. And I made this, I'm going to say probably about 4 years ago as a sample garment when I was doing the Trilogyyarns. So yeah, so Alden by Jennifer Steingass. It's got the I-cord at the neck, the sleeves, and the hem. No, I lied. The hem is a rib. The hem is a rib, but the cuffs on the sleeves and the neck are I-cord. Yeah. So it's been 2 weeks since I recorded last. Last time, I think I had 5 finished projects. This time I don't have any. Knitting is coming along good. My arm does get tired in the evening. There's the cat again, or could be the other one. We have 2 black cats here. So it does get tired in the evenings. I can probably get about 3 hours a day, and then I have to stop. It's coming. I'm so glad I'm a knitter. I don't know what I would have done this while I was recuperating, but fortunately, the next joint that I replace will either be the other hip or a knee, and I'll have my arms. Both shoulders are done. Won't ever have to worry about that again. So, what have I been working on? I have been working on a lot. I am, I don't know, squirrel, and then I have to, nothing has been cast on new. These are all whips that I've been working on, but just picking them up. You know, I've got all my whips behind me. A lot of podcasters have their beautiful yarns hanging. I have whip bags. This is what I refer to my whip station. And I've got, I think I have 21 in there. It goes further down. You can't see it. And so about every Wednesday, I have a dice app on my iPad, and I roll a dice, and it tells me which project to work on for a week. So I'm getting a lot of work done on a lot of stuff, but I haven't finished anything. But let me show you what I've got going. I'm going to use my iPad here to pull up some projects. So I did pick up the Cosmos Blossom Throw, which is, I don't know, let me see if I can turn the brightness down a bit. This, she's wearing it as a shawl and she's got lines through it. So, oops. Okay. Stand by. Here's a picture of the throw. Let's do that. So the Cosmos, I'm not a professional, obviously you can tell. Cosmos Blossom Throw. And I am making this out of 2024's Trilogyyarns Christmas Advent. So I've got, I'll show you these are the squares I had done before. So they're about 7 by 7 square. So you do 24 squares and then you join them. So, and I hope the colors are coming out good. So these are what I had done during Advent season. I started out being very good as far as keeping up. And then I decided to do, the 12 casts on in December. So the Advent project got put by the wayside. I do have, I'll show you what I did this week. So I picked it back up again this week. So I've done this one, this one. So these are all from the Christmas Advent last year, which was Alice in Wonderland, that one, and this one. I'm thinking I probably have about 10 or 12 here. I should have counted them. 10 or 12 here. I'm going to decide when I get the other minis done up if I'm going to make it bigger. It's just kind of a lap size throw. And then I have to decide if I'm going to trim it in black or white. I think I'm going to trim it in black, and it's it looks like it's just crocheted, joined together with an I-cord, a black I-cord edging. I think the black will really make the colors pop. So yeah, that's the Cosmos Blossom Throw by Amba O'Brien. So I've been working on that. The other thing I have been working on is the Rockhound vest. Whoops, I'm attached to yarn. So this is as far as I've gotten. This is such a fun pattern. The back has the lace work all the way down too. It's a fun pattern. It's not a pattern for a beginner though. It's, I think it's 36 row pattern repeat. It's all charted, and no two rows are the same. So there's a lot of paying attention. This is definitely not social knitting. This is a sample though. I've got, I think I've got about 5 or 6 inches down the side. I'm going to go to 8, and then I'll do about 2 inches of a 2x2 rib. So Rockhound vest. This is by Teddy Lutzak, I believe. Let me just check my notes here. I'm sorry, it's by Woolen Pine. I'm glad I checked. Woolen Pine. And the yarn that I'm using is Yarn Citizen Harmony DK, which is 50% wool, 50% alpaca, and the colorway is limestone. And this is really a joy to work with. It's a little bit rustic feeling. I'm not sure what the wool blend is. It just says wool on it. it's a little bit rustic, but as a vest, I think it would be just fine. And a lot of people can wear rustic stuff. Sadly, I can't. I'm like a little princess. You know, I can't sleep with a pea under the mattress, and I can't wear the real scratchy wools. So I've been working on that. I'm going to drop down to a minute because something fell on the floor. The next project, make sure I don't fall out on my chair because that would not be fun. Last time I podcast, I had shown this as a whip, and this is the tilted cowl, and that one is by Sweater Freak, who I've done several of her stuff. She does some really fun mosaic patterns and stuff. And my plan last time was to spend all my time working on this, and I didn't. I needed to get that vest done. So this is what I've got on the tilted cowl. Just a little tiny bit. You start flat, and then you join it in the round, and then you work down. I'm using Trilogyyarns in the glamorous base, and it is 3 colors. So I've just introduced, so you fade in the second color. So I've just faded in and have introduced a gray. And then the last color is going to be Smells Like a Goat, which is gray and black, and it's got some gold in it. This one is going to go back on the whip wall now. I've worked on this for a week. I didn't work on it at all this week because that wasn't what my dice rolled. I'll show you what the dice rolled. Let me just get to it. Oh, in my, this is my Aran bag. I love this. This was by, her name is Angel. I know you guys are screaming at me. What? Oh, I cannot think. Oh, I'm so sorry. If I think of it, I'll put it in the notes. But what my dice roll this week was the Salty Air Tea, the DK version. I know you probably are all familiar with the t-shirt version. In fact, last time I recorded, I did show that I had finished the t-shirt version. This is the DK version. This one is by Samantha Guerin. I love the Salty Air Tea, so I decided to do the t-shirt version, or the DK version. And I'll just, I'm not very far, but you can see the lace work there. So it's neck down, you cast on, and then you'll go back and pick up for the ribbing. So honestly, I've only got 3 inches maybe. The yarn I'm using is Life in the Long Grass. This is the first time I've used their yarn. I absolutely love it. This is, what is the makeup of this? It's 85% superwash merino and 15% Donegal nep. So it is a tweed. It's such a, I'm trying to see if I've got a ball here that's got some, the tweedy bits are so subtle. I mean, you can hardly see them. It's just a little bit of a light tweed. And then it does have a little bit of a dark blue color going through it. The colorway on this is Lake. So yeah, this is such a luscious yarn. Like I say, my first time working with Life in the Long Grass. I'm sure it won't be my last. It's such a nice yarn. So that is what my dice rolled. So I've only worked on that for a couple of days. Most of the time has been spent on the vest. I did I do have a couple other projects that I were working on. I was working on, and one of them is the Candelaria sweater, and this one is by Teti Lutsak. I am using Fiber Hustle fingering yarn, and let's see, I'll show you a picture of that. Nope, that's not it. This is the Candelaria sweater. I hope you guys can see that. And if you have any questions, since I don't do project notes, absolutely reach out to me if you have a question about a pattern or a yarn that I'm using. But I'm using Fiber Hustle fingering. This one is Zabornak, and my contrast color is called This Is My Wedding Look. Erin has great yarns. Whoops, take it out of the ball sack so you can. So it's purple. It's got some teal in it, some gray, some burgundy. And on this one, this was one of my social projects because I'm just doing sleeves. I still have to go back and do the body, but this is what I've got so far. I do have one sleeve finished, and it's fun. It's got the little pop of color on the end. Oh, and stitch markers. I count my decreases, so I know that everything is even. So my sleeves are the same length and the same diameter. So this is where I'm at. So I'll get the other sleeve finished. I just have, I don't know, maybe 3 inches to go on that. And then I'll just do the body. So this will be done. So I leave this one off of the whip wall. It's if I'm out socially, since most of my other projects right now are a little bit of lace work. I have to kind of pay attention a bit. So I have worked on that. The other project that I have is kind of a social project, is the Bits and Bobs. Oh, I'm in the middle of a row too. The Bits and Bobs blanket by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. This is the second one of these I've done. This is as much as I've done. It's not a circular blanket, but like I say, I'm in the middle of a row. This is such a fun knit, and I am just using fingering weight scraps, and I'm carrying it, I'm holding it double with a strand of undyed suri. So it's very soft, kind of like a cloud. There's no rhyme or reason to the stripes. I just pick up a scrap. When that scrap is done, I've got a basket down here full of goodies. So when the scraps are done, I'll just pull out another one, work on it. So yeah, but this is the second Bits and Bobs blanket I have done. The first one, the cats kind of took over, so I don't use it. So this will be, honestly, I think this is my oldest whip. This will be a long-term project, but just a great stash buster. You do it on fairly large needles. Lost my point protector here. My little ghost is, I think it's on like a 9. It's kind of a fisherman rib, so it's really cushy. Oops, I guess this ghost just doesn't want to stay on. So yeah, I think that is pretty much all I am working on. Oh, my hair, I haven't been able to get it cut for like 6 weeks, and I do have an appointment coming up. It's driving me crazy. Problem is I can't get, well, this arm doesn't go high because of the prior shoulder replacement. This one doesn't go high because of the current shoulder replacement. So it's really fun to watch me try to do my hair in the mornings. And you don't need to come watch, just take my word for it. But anyway, acquisitions. I only have one, and this is going to be another sample garment. When I retired, I let everybody know if they need sample knits done. I'm your gal. I'm a pretty fast knitter. If the sample garment is not like the Rockhound vest. And yeah, so this, believe it or not, is going to be another Rockhound vest. Now this is the same yarn. It's the Yarn Citizen, but this is the Harmony fingering, and the color is mulberry on this. The pattern actually calls for fingering weight, and when the shop gave me the yarn for that, I guess neither one of us really paid attention to what base it was. So this is supposed to be fingering. I am doing it out of a DK, so I've just had to change needle size, play with it a little bit till you get gauge. So this one is going to be, it might be next on the needles. I have 2 samples to make up for the new owner of Trilogyyarns too. And I have the yarn for one. I don't have the yarn or the pattern for the other. I'm not going to show you what I'm doing for the one until I actually start it. So yeah, Yarn Citizen. This is the 50% wool, 50% alpaca. I believe it's the same makeup as the DK. Let me just double check. Oh my gosh, I cannot read it. Yes, 50% wool, 50% alpaca. This one has I cannot tell you what the yardage is on this. It's 100 grams. I think it says 419 yards. I don't know if you can, oops, sorry, that's Lisa's. You probably don't want that. 400, and I think it's 419 yards. But yeah, Yarn Citizen. I don't want to make you stand on your head to see that. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. A little bit of shop news from Trilogyyarns, which now is based in Boise, Idaho. Carrie's got some big stuff coming up. She just put up for pre-sale her Christmas in July advent. That is going to be a 30 20-gram minis. And then for day 31, you get a full 100-gram skein. She does have them available on both fingering, which is an 80-20, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon fingering. And she does have it available on a MC and DK, which is a merino cashmere nylon. So those have just been lifted. I should have more coffee. Those have just been listed as a pre-order. I believe, let's see, I think she said they're going to ship out middle of June. I'm watching the rain drop from the gutter outside. They'll ship out middle of June. I believe pre-orders are going to close end of May, middle of May. All the details are on the Trilogyyarn website, which is just trilogyyarn.com. She also has listed for pre-orders her Halloween advent for this year. And Carrie's a trooper. She's doing 30 skeins for her Halloween advent and 30 mini skeins and a full 100-gram skein for day 31. I always just did 14 mini skeins, and then a full day for day 15, full skein. So those are both on the website. She does, the cats have the zoomies, sorry. She does have a couple big trunk shows coming up in May. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, the first weekend of May, she will be at Heart to Heart Knitting in Poulsbo, Washington for the P&W crawl. That is I think it's 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday crawl. And then 2 weeks after that, she'll be at Nifty Knitter in Issaquah for the LYS tour. So those will be fun. I will be there. I'm not sure if I'll be there for both, if I'll be running them. We'll see, but I hope I will be there or making an appearance. And then the first weekend in June, she and I know for sure I'll be there, we'll be at Fiber Fusion up in Monroe. So that's a really great fiber festival. So yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about. I hopefully will be getting more knitting as I'm getting stronger. But yeah, so you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell if you want. Tell your friends. I love doing this, my little corner of the YouTube universe where I can sit and talk to you guys. Shooting for about every 2 weeks. If I start getting a little more productive, who knows, maybe once a week. But 2 weeks seems to be a good fit for me. So yeah, everybody stay crafty, stay safe, stay sane, or do the best you can. And I hope everybody has a good couple weeks, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. All right, bye-bye.